Seven-figure mindset. Let's talk about it. I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up that free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm currently down 40 pounds. And if you're interested in how I did that, pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide. I'm the owner of InserCell. InserCell is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today and pick up the Difference Maker t-shirt that's out now. Not this one, but we are in the, we're on the Difference Maker drop right now. So check that out. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off if you're interested. But it shouts out everyone, careers that make a difference out there. So, and we're talking about careers in this video. So that's awesome, right? So pick that up if you're interested. So I'm going to talk about the seven-figure mindset here. Millennials have gone through the dot-com bubble, the housing crisis of '08, COVID, and now super high inflation, right? Because of the response to COVID. And it's pretty clear, when you go back and look at these things, and saying there were several more before that we didn't experience, right? So even Gen X has probably gone through more, right? But, right now there's really high inflation. And, so people are having a harder time, surviving, right? Just making enough money to live. And you see that with, credit card debt starting to creep up, right? Even us, we've had to adjust our budget to make sure we're not making those credit cards more than we can pay, right? Because we use a credit card to get the cash back, right? Just like, a lot of people. But, so we've seen all these crashes, right? And basically what happens in a crash is that employers start cutting back jobs, right? And so the Fed right now is, they paused interest rates, which had the stock market go up a little bit. But usually, between 10 and 12 months after they stop, that is when we go into a full-scale recession, right? Or, the recession's announced, basically, right? So probably second quarter, third quarter of next year, we'll be in a full-fledged recession where, we'll go from 3.8% unemployment to 8% unemployment, 7% unemployment, right? And, I think people thought this was going to come a lot sooner than it is, but I don't think people understood exactly how much money $7 trillion really is. Like, they've pumped, more money than the last 200 years into the system, right? So to combat that inflation, you really think about it, we really didn't inflate as high as we probably should have, right? If you really think about it. But so that goes back to, what do you do? Say you're a normal person, you're not a business owner, right? What do you do in this situation, right? Well, it's still the same seven-figure mindset. I'm still looking for great companies at a great price that may be affected, right now by the Federal Reserve, right? So banks are a great example of that, right? Like, there's banks out there that did take their lending to 100 to 1, 200 to 1, and they're not going to have a good time, during this time, when people have to pay that stuff back, right? You're going to see big players that did not lock in interest rates, not be able to pay down their stuff when they have to refinance. You're going to see that kind of stuff. So the biggest thing as a normal person is to be prepared for when those opportunities come, right? So, for instance, if you follow Warren Buffett, what did Warren Buffett invest into recently? He invested into a credit card company or a bank, Capital One Finance, which, you know, you can't invest in that now because it's already popped where people found out that he invested in it, right? And then there were several other home construction companies, right? Because, you know, he is very aware that home construction is, you know, way down, right? Like, you know, but those companies, you know, have strategic advantages that normal construction people may not have. And, you know, so that's what he's invested in. Things, you know, construction and basically banking, right? Now, so there's always an opportunity. Basically what I'm trying to say is there's always an opportunity no matter what the market is. You just have to be willing to look for the opportunity. And this is where I come in. The 7-figure mindset is really from like the toilet or your free time, right? Because it's very easy to find these things. It's a, you know, now it's a simple screener in the stock market, you know, to find these companies to invest in, right? Now, I'm not one that invested in Capital One because I was too late. You know, I wasn't prepared when that happened, right? So now I am prepared, right? I've, you know, there are things that you invest in that aren't doing well. So you can tax loss harvest those at the end. That's what I've done. Like I said, it's not financial advice. It's just what I've done. And I have that money available, you know, for the next deal that I find, right? So, you know, that's really what I've done. But this is actually investing, right? This is not speculation. So, you know, my friend came to me with a company. He's like, hey, they say this thing's going to go up 100, 200%, you know, in the next month. You know, tell me about it, right? Go invest and see, you know, investigate and see, you know, what's this company about? Well, this company's got one drug. It wouldn't be you know, it's a pharmaceutical company. It's got one drug. It sold the right to the drug, you know, to a different company in Europe, right? So it got a big payment for that, and that made it look like, okay, this company's making money. But in all reality, they just paid up front for those rights for like 10 years. And, you know, so the company is not necessarily actually making money, but they can use that money to continue their other two projects, their other two clinical trials. So it's possible that, you know, those trials go through and you got a good drug and, you know, you actually become $1 billion company. But like I say, you know, me being a business owner, you know that one thing, you know, one avatar, one product means you're $1 million company, not $1 billion company. So this company's evaluated in the billions, and I feel like it's not something that you should speculate on. But, you know, everybody's got their niche in speculation, right? You know, I probably take $1,000 to $2,000 a year and speculate on things, right? And I see it as, you know, so I used to be a smoker. I used to spend $1,500 to $2,000 a year on smoking, probably another $1,000 a year on drinking. So that's $3,000 a year that I can use to speculate on stuff because I was going to throw that money away anyway now that I don't smoke and I don't drink, right? So just keep that in mind. Like some things, you know, the 7-figure mindset has you give those things up, right? Let's say, oh, these things, not only they hurt my body, making me feel like crap, but I'm actually losing money because I can't invest that money, right? You know, so the difference between you maybe owning a house or maybe, you know, owning that stock that is the next Tesla, you know, or the next Shopify, you know, that is, you know, worth giving up, right? Not only because of the health reasons, but also because, you know, you can use it to advance your life, right? By being, you know, by being an investor. Basically, the 7-figure mindset makes you an investor, right? Now, so a buddy of mine brought me this stock. The 7-figure mindset is able to cut through that noise and continue to find a way to avoid those bad situations. Like this stock is probably going to go down 30 or 40% before it gets any more news that, you know, the other 2 drugs have been approved by the FDA, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If it happens to get approved by the FDA, it's going to fly. It's going to go, you know, it's probably triple or quadruple. But that doesn't mean that it's a good company to invest in, right? Right. So you have to, a 7-figure mindset, basically you have to figure out what's noise, right? And what's actually true things that you should invest in, right? What are actually good companies? You have to figure all that stuff out, right? And there's great books out there to help you do it. I can help you do it if you, you know, send me a link or email me if you have any questions. Comment down below if you have any questions on that kind of stuff. I'd love to talk about it. Obviously, you know, businesses, investing, all that stuff is basically all I talk about, right? So, and basically no regular person wants to talk about it, right? That, you know, they just, for whatever reason, they don't have that mindset that they can actually be successful as an investor as well, right? And it takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Like I said before, you know, to be smarter than everyone else, all you have to do is read 1 book a month. 1 book a month is 10 minutes a day, right? 10 minutes a day, and you can read 12 books a year and be smarter than everyone in the room. Or have more information than everyone in the room. Not necessarily be smarter IQ-wise, right? But actually just have more information than everybody else in the room, right? It's all about what you spend your free time doing. So imagine you spend 15 minutes researching stocks, 10 minutes reading a book, and, you know, that's 25 minutes of your day, right? Like, and you can drastically improve your life. And that's all part of the 7-figure mindset, right? So keep that in mind. You know, use your time wisely. You only have time time only comes around one time, right? So, you know, don't squander it. Don't waste it. Make a difference in your family tree. I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. If you found this helpful, send it to somebody. Comment down below, like the video. I appreciate all your support. Obviously, send me any questions if you have them. Love to answer them on the channel or directly to you. Shop at InstaSell.com. The Difference Maker drop is live. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.